Good evening, everybody. My name is Ose, and this is Farming Simulator 19 on the new Bartelshagen map. And I have no idea what I'm doing right now, so we're definitely in the wrong place. Okay. So, what do we have ready to go? Ooh. We have a spreader. No idea if I loaded it with anything. Who put that there? Whee! Oh, I think I know why I have a spreader. Yes, indeed. Fertilized field 9. So, no idea where field 9 is, so we'll look that up. Field 9 is way over there. I guess we're going exploring. Oh, that's better. Which side of the road should I be on? Probably this side. Okay, this is the main strip, so we'll take a left here. Big giant cornfield on the right. Should probably have changed to narrow tyres before I came out on this trip, but never mind. And oh, I just went live. That's nice to know. Okay then. Don't know what that bit's about, but fair enough. So there's a lot of village around here. I think we want to turn right here. Wow, narrow lanes. And that looks like stuff we need to fertilize. Possibly. Oh, yes indeed. Okay. What I'll do is I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. It's usually a good plan, and I need to turn my speaker volume down so I can actually hear myself. So, family's still sick. I'm kind of feeling a bit under the weather. The 4-year-old threw up a couple of times last night. It is not a good thing. The 6-year-old had to go to school this morning. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. And we will jump back to the farm. Okay, we're done with that. We are... Okay. What is over on this field? I thought I saw a bale. There's a bale. Oh, right. Okay. So, what I did last week was I moved all of the bales off the field and sold them. Where did I put the bale trailer? Okay, not in there. Maybe here. Did I lease the bale trailer? That would have been careless. Excuse me while I take a gate to the face. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, the tractors are in there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Okay. I'm guessing I leased it. Garage. Ah, yeah. That would be, and I leased the trailer and I didn't sell all the stuff. Great. Okay. Awesome start to the day. So, we'll go over here and we'll push the bale off the side of the field. Can't believe I missed that. Let's take a drive around the field just to make sure there's nothing else sat out here. Okay, looks like we got everything except that one. Well, I'm not going to push it all the way to the sell point. We'll keep it on hand for now. I don't aim to go too heavily into animals at this point. We only have one field and it only does arable. So, doink. Oops. I'll push it over to the horse pen. How about that? Still need to learn to lift my foot off the brake sufficiently. Hey, VH Trucking and Jeremy, how you doing, guys? Okay, that's now out of the way. Now, next thing I want to do is to figure out where we sell stuff, because we've got stuff to sell. And I believe this is Tatra, yeah. Okay. What do we have? We have 92,000 litres of wheat. Okay. And they sell for 557. And it's green, the grain elevator east. We'll turn on the bat signal and we'll fill this thing up. That's good. I am still under the weather. I've had about 3 naps today so far. Okay, hopefully I can just get away with selling this load. Lovely. 59,000. And let's, oops, turn the engine on. That would be a plan. Okay, scan the sky for the bat signal. Over there, okay. Now I feel this Tatra truck is a little bit more stable than the MAN truck, primarily because it's 3-axle rather than 2. 150. Well, that clock on the dash works. Oh yes, yeah. Well, having got oh crap, end of the road. Brakes on this a little bit squishy. Yes, I mean we don't get sick too frequently, but when you have kids in the house, that can change things quite dramatically. The 6-year-old's been at school for about a week, and we all spent the weekend being sick to some degree or the other. Okay, somewhere here there is a turn. Huh. Okay. So, looks like the BGA. We haven't looked at this place yet. Oh. Okay. Go through the wire. Hmm. 121,000 something. Probably kilos. Oh, do I have to reverse into there? That'll be fun. Okay then. Well, there's the cattle market. Silage bunkers. I'm going to have to drive forward a bit further. Oh, you are. Okay. So we come through there straight into here. I can shut that. And then we come out of there. Okay. So, let's do this then. Oh, I did that wrong. Well, I think with the shorter cab, what have I done? With the shorter cab, we can actually fit through there. Okay. Now we got stuck on something. Oh, we got stuck on there. That's awesome. Up, forward. Okay, truck straight. And yes. No. Cool. Hopefully that should work now. Yeah. Well, we won't make that mistake next time we come through here, because we'll be able to drive straight off the waypoint and through the front. Yeah, something like that. Oh, excuse me. So, how are we doing for sale? 144. 32,000. Not bad. Close the back and drive out this door. There's one thing I've noticed about the camper trailers is they have a wide flange on the rear wheels. Ugh. And so you do end up catching them on pretty much everything. So, that was the way in. I'm going to go out the way I came in. How about that for a laugh? So, I haven't really said much about what I think about this map yet. The mirrors on this truck are a little naff. It's kind of okay. Once again, not really my style. Oh. I tend to like the smaller maps with the smaller fields because it gives me more sense of achievement. But then again, 25,000 for sales from that's where I wanted to turn right. Eek. From sale of crops is not too bad a deal. Okay, so 144,000. Oh. So how's that for parking? Completely crap, but yeah. That will allow me to reload it next time. So what can we get for 144,000? I'm pretty sure the field itself is good to go. Field 1. See, we've got the smallest field here, and it is kind of big. Soil composition, everything is good. So at this point, I need to plant and stuff. Cedars. So that works well. 144 for 9 meters. That I would need a cultivator to run. That I don't have the horsepower capacity to haul, or the money. Amazon Condor. I do have the horsepower to haul one of those, but once again I don't have the money. And then we're getting into crazy levels of cedar, so kinda looks like that's my best option for now. Let's check the cultivators. cultivators, cultivators, cultivators. Where are the cultivators? How big is that? That's 6. That's 3. That's 7.8. That's 10.2, needs 400 horsepower. Yeah, that's not going to work for us. That's 6. That's huge. And costly. That's big. That's 12 meters, 500 horse. I'm not going to pull that one. 8 meters, 400 horsepower. 300. That one we could pull, but 6 meters. Then we're getting into tiny. Okay. Disc harrows. Oh, that's the thing I've been using on my other 400 horse. Excuse me a minute. That's 380. Okay. The requirements on this thing have gone up. 360, 12 meters, 80,000. Vaderstat, 8.3 meters. What's that one? 4.1? Nah. 3? Nah. I can't afford big things. Okay. You can't afford big things, you're going to have to use the small things. So we're going to have to go with that one because we can afford it. Hi Kimmy, how you doing? When did I start this map? I started this map last week. So the only thing we've done is buy equipment and harvest the field that we have. Now fortunately the field included crop and straw bales. So I bought a baler. And I rented a bale collection trailer to sell the bales. That's as far as I got. So we need a bunch of these. Buy 5 of those, and I'll buy a couple of bags of solid fertilizer. Okay. And we don't want wheat. We just did that. We don't want barley, oats. I'll do canola because why not? It's not soybeans. Okay. Yeah, what are we due to do this week? Did we do ETS2 last week? I think this week we're planning on, at least on my stream, ATS. And we're heading out from Flagstaff this week. Arthur's doing ETS2 until Simone goes home, which will be this week and next. No, sorry, just this week. So she goes home the end of the week. Oh, good grief. And we will be looking at, on ETS2, coming up with a new start location as well. just, you know, some of the guys have said we're always driving out of Oregon, we're always driving out of Warsaw, and it's probably time to find somewhere else to drive from. Okay, we'll do this by hand. Well, by big giant tractor. Does this thing have... oh, it does. That's handy. Lower that. That one there. There we go. So we'll pull forward. Okay, lower it. Turn it on, and let's drive. I will be starting. It's a generic after 8 o'clock deal. It's usually closer to 8:30, but it's as long as it takes to get the kids in bed. Lift that up and lift that up. Now. Going to be way too tight a turn. No, it's not too tight a turn for this tractor. That's cool. We're going to get in the cab. Line that up. Stick the stick out the side. And lower the thing, and off we go. Yeah, if you have rowers markers, this is how to use them. Keep the little spike on the front of the tractor lined up on that row, and you drive straight down it. As best you can. We'll lift away, get to there, we pull the row marker in, we lift the thing up, and I'm going to go straight over onto the other side of the road and come about. Oh, I did soybeans. Okay. Thought I was going to do canola. Ah, yes, I was going to do canola. Then I hit the seed select button and ended up selecting soybeans. So that's the front of the tractor on the line. Drop that down there. We'll extend the bar. Back in the tractor, and off we go again. So in theory, if the row marker isn't correctly aligned, this should mean that we are wasting a minimum amount of seed and fertilizer running up and down the field. Okay, you have fun there. You are allowed to watch the stream while you play other games. I always used to. I'm guessing a helper would probably be a little bit faster than I am for this. But to be fair, I probably can't afford a helper too much. We've already got one working the contract, which is kind of a false economy. Okay, we are going to have a gap on the right there. Basically because the trees don't allow me to come straight onto the field. I'm going to have the same problem on this run as well. The centre marker is pretty much directly on line with that tree. Into the tree there, so pull that wide of there, now straighten it up. That is pretty much where I want to be. So row marker out, lower the cedar, get in the tractor and drive. So yeah, if your tractor, basically if you don't have a GPS mod running, using the row markers while you're seeding makes your job much easier. And the other point is, do not run the row marker through your seeded crop, because if you do that, you will rip out the seed. So if I line up here, what I don't want to do is to do that, because that's going to drag through the seed and rip it up. So we'll open that one out, lower the seeder, and off we go again. Now I have found that the 3-meter seeders that do have row markers aren't particularly good at what they do, because the row marker is much too close to the line, the width of your seeder. If you imagine this one is placing me 4.5 meters outside of where the crop was last planted, the last row was planted, and obviously with 3 meters you're only running 1.5 meters off the edge of the previously seeded row, and that can be very difficult to see. I know I've had issues with it. Okay, let's pull that as far as we can. Okay, lower that. What do I want to do? Not that. That. There we go. So, get the front of the tractor back on the line, and then just drive. Now obviously on this field I've got the hassle of having the trees at at that end, so it's not easy to make the direct turnaround. However, oh, that sucks. Yep, I saw that, BH. Yeah, so if you imagine on a 3-meter wide cedar, the left side of my cedar here is about as far out as the line would be. It's kind of difficult to spot it sometimes. The Kuhn seeder with the seed hopper on the front. The seed marker, or the row marker for that, is on the power harrow. So to run the power harrow switched on, you're going to need about 200 horsepower. Also, the power harrow is going to rip up any seed if you drive over something, so strongly recommend you use the row marker on that one. Okay, I'm going to drive down here. Actually, what I think I'll do is I'll just do this end. And then we'll work the main part of the field probably from the left-hand side. Because this little kink isn't particularly good for our working width. Oops, fold that in. And we will come about. So, nope, other side. There we go. Get in, lower the seeder, and off we go. So if we're lucky, this should get us right to... Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to get us right to the edge. This is sadly not a great operating width for this field. And there is a little leeway, I believe, so we are getting away with that little kink to the left. But barely. Okay. So we'll reverse back there. And we'll come back to this grass patch to do the U-turn. What I ended up doing on law folds was I actually took a roller to the edge of the field where it was inconvenient for my working width, and basically said, well, if it's not natural to plant it there, I'll just skip it. So I'm going to go over here now. We'll start from this side of the field. Doing this very well. But we are at the bottom of the field, so that's a good start. And for the first strip, we're just going to run down and eyeball the edge of the field. I'm drifting into the field, which isn't a good thing. Close and round about. then we just keep going till the field's done. Now, one of the things I've noticed with the 1.3 beta, if you're using that, it seems to me that I can't change crop growth rate, so it's stuck at normal. Can't turn it off, can't slow it down, can't speed it up. Which means you've got to be very aware of what your growth rate is, so that you can work your fields basically with one growth state on them. But as you get more and more fields, it's going to be a problem to okay, jump out and up to the end. Oops, and lift the thing up. So we missed a little bit there. Okay. And we reverse back when I take my foot off the brake, because that's always a good thing to do. And that should put us outside the field. So press that twice. Back in the cab and follow the line. Excuse me. Huh. I just noticed that the fertilizer dude isn't doing any fertilizing. It's a fair-sized field. For my mind, it's probably a little bit big for me. As I said, I kind of like smaller fields because it gives you a sense of achievement. You know, you get out there, you plough it, you fertilize it, you plant it, you do whatever, but you can get a job done in about 20 minutes. This one is going to take me a while to seed, and yeah, it took me all of last week to harvest it. Okay, let's jump over to the JCB. Oh, that's why you're not doing your thing. Okay. Did we complete the contract when I wasn't... Oh, yeah. Completely didn't notice that. Well, that was good. So we just made 22,000. There is another field, 10, which is 19 hectares, which will cost, which will pay us 35. I'm thinking we probably want to do that too. Where is 10? Just did 9. Oh, straight up there. Okay then. So, dude, let's go. Why am I looking at a field full of crop? Because we're turning around. So once again, very much liking this tractor mod. Guy who did the tractors I use on Lawfolds in FS17. This is his work. If his early statements are anything to go by, he's going to be bringing out the 800 series as well, which is more of a sort of low to high 200 horsepower tractor. This is 300 and up. Okay, they've done the ceiling. We still have a kitchen. We were expecting I think paintwork to start this week sometime, and hopefully the floor will turn up as well, which, because it's wood, is going to have to sit in the house to acclimatise. Oh, don't do that. Why did I turn that off? Oh, seriously. Yes. Okay. We'll try this one again. But we're kind of hoping once the cabinetry gets started, it's going to get quite quick. I mean, my experience of kitchens getting done, the main cabinetry work usually gets done in a matter of 2 days, if that. Okay, so straighten the wheel up, let's go again. Yeah, that was my jaunt over to the JCB. Everything got turned off because I was away from this tractor for too long. It's one of the annoyances, you know, it's sort of, I'd like it if the vehicles stayed on if I left them on, because intentionally I'm coming back to them. And if I don't come back to them, then wasting fuel is my fault. But they seem, yeah, and it's a random time. I mean, sometimes it's a few seconds, sometimes it's a minute, but eventually they'll just say, yeah, you've been away for too long, I'm just going to turn the engine off. And I don't run the automatic start the tractor up when you get in it deal. Okay. Now that one should have planted stuff, and there we go. There we go. But I think the sanding down of the ceiling did wreak havoc on my throat the other week. So when I started getting coughs and sniffles, I mean, obviously it's not entirely that, but I did have a sore throat for the day afterwards because the whole house was just full of dust, in spite of the fact, you know, they'd taped off the kitchen and closed all the doors, but even then. Okay, swing it about again. As you see, it's much easier to turn this thing around using this method. If you've got room at the end of the field, I just don't have room by the barn down there. I could do a headland or stop short and turn it around. Rather than reversing all over the crop. I think we're getting reasonably good coverage here.